So security, or like Precious was saying, instead of safety, I think was appropriate. And respect are directly intertwined, right? So I feel like if women, or let's start with men, let's say men, you lose the respect for your man, right? Um, my personal belief is that a woman can't actually love you if she doesn't respect you, right? If she doesn't respect you, that's a bad thing. So if she loses her security or safety, then she will lose respect for you, right? If you can't make her feel safe, whether it be financially, whether it be emotionally, right? Or just physically, where she understands that you can protect her, you can't make her feel safe, then yes, she's going to lose respect for you. But on the other side of things, if you lose respect for him, then you may also very likely lose your security, because humans in general, or men specifically, we protect what it is that we cherish. And a man will no longer cherish you if he feels like you don't respect him anymore, because your interactions with him are going to be very different if you don't respect him. There's certain things that you won't provide if you are not a respectful, loving wife. So he won't cherish you anymore, and he won't care to protect you. So it's an awful thing. If you lose either or, you're going to lose both.
All right. Everybody spoke on this topic.
I did.
No, I ain't answering.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and speak on this topic, Sweeney, and then Marcus.
Well, I did have a question for the ladies in regards to that because we already know it's safe to assume that men do value respect, right? So that's safe to assume. However, I did have a question for the ladies. Do y'all believe that women value some would place one form of safety above other forms of safety to the detriment of herself?
Can you elaborate?
Uh,
Different forms of
for
safety?
example, damn, I don't want to really say it, but a woman would value financial stability and security over her own safety within a relationship. If y'all can read between the lines,
I mean, we
I'm
see it a lot,
confused.
but I mean, I get what he's saying. He's saying like a woman will stay in a relationship that's like abusive just because it's financially
Oh,
that type of thing. But
gotcha.
I see what you're saying, but I would just disagree. And just for me, I can't speak for all women. Just for me, I would not want to stay in an unsafe situation. I'd rather him make $2 and treat me right than to be in a Cassie Diddy situation allegedly.
State the question again, Sweeney, please.
do you think that oftentimes that women will place one form of safety or stability over another form that to her own detriment a lot of the times?
For some women, it'll always be the financial. That's why you have women who have OnlyFans. You have women who got feet pics. Like you, it'll always, the mighty dollar will always outweigh the man when you don't find the significance in the actual being of man, and you just find the significance in his money and the status that he can provide for you. But like Jasmine was saying, I would rather take the man over the money because the money comes and goes, but the man is one of a kind. And so when he come and go, then what?
Honestly, a lot of women are on OnlyFans because being in a relationship that is, like that and staying for money, now they got OnlyFans. They like, I'd rather just do that and be embarrassed, at work or whatever, versus being over here with this dude and being embarrassed at work because I got a black eye. So it's almost like one devil is better than the other one,
They
sadly.
would rather deal with the internal shame of putting their body out there rather
Mhm.
than the external shame of maybe not getting it right with a man or that
Yeah.
man treating them wrong and they have to, you know, then defend their decision. It's easier to say, you know what, I chose OnlyFans. So if OnlyFans leave me, I have nobody else to blame but myself. And that's an internal thing. So they don't really have to share that with anybody else, really, if they really didn't want to.
And that's what's sad.
Casey, what you think?
No, I completely agree with Precious. People, you know, pick and choose within relationships what they're going to kind of deal with and what they're going to put up with. You know, a lot of women will choose those finances over the security of a man not cheating all over them as well. They're like, oh, I'm comfortable in this big house, so he can go do what he does, right? And not feel any security sexually or with other women calling their phone, different things like that. They feel like they're going to hold their position and not let somebody take their spot, right? So I think women do pick and choose sometimes what part of safety or what part of security that they hold on tight to. And sometimes they may let other ones go down.
All right, go ahead, Marcus. I know you get a chance to answer.
So we when we was talking about this on King Talk last week, I believe, we had the conversation about whether women value connections or not, and would they stay in a relationship if it was financially beneficial to them versus having a connection. Well, to summarize it, my statement was that y'all can tell me if y'all disagree with this or not, right? My statement was that women have a metric of things they want, right, within a man. One of those things would be to have a connection with, like how Stacy or Casey talks about their relationship with they men, right? And if you did not have that relationship in return, then the biggest factor would then be, what could it be? How could it be beneficial to me? So I think when we talk about how relationships break down with the value of safety, like women, they prioritize safety in a lot of different ways, and it's not just financial, and it's not always just protection. So when I was speaking to the connection, that was one of the things that actually equates to safety in a woman's mind, because you used the word consistency earlier, which was kind of key. That is a form of a connection when you have consistent communication, consistent affection, consistent emotion flowing back between y'all. So that can foster that type of connection. When respect is lost for a man, it tends to manifest itself in disrespect, anger, and him to feel what he will internalize as not being loved. And when a man loves and respects women, he tries to keep her safe in all those ways that I listed before. I think we experience each other in different ways. Sometimes it's best to understand that if somebody is genuinely trying to be there for you, or genuinely trying to reach out and help you, or genuinely trying to make things better for you in your life, that we should give them some leeway and understand that the perspective that they're hearing things from and the perspective that you're saying them from are two totally different things. And we have to attempt to try and meet each other in the middle so that we can push forward in a more amicable way. And I think that would cut down on breakups, divorces, and some of the anger that we have. You just got to remember at all times, a lot of times, the things the worst things that you're going through with somebody, typically it doesn't have anything to do with you. It's something that they're dealing with, and then it manifests itself externally. And that's how people interpret information and give information.